Hi, I'm Jamie.
And I'm Dale.
We're sisters and best friends, and this is Proof It's Possible.
Jamie and I are complete opposites, but somehow through every stage of life, we stay on the same team. We're kicking the door wide open and sharing our morning coffee chats with you.
Join us as we chat about everything from chasing our dreams to entrepreneurship to family, friendship, and what other craziness we have going on that week.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Today, we jumped on the trend. I think it's a TikTok trend. I don't know. I think it's TikTok, though, where you do the ins and outs for 2024. So, Dale, start us off. Give us some of the ins and outs.
Well, because we are an entrepreneur podcast, ultimately, even though we cover all the topics, because we're just giving you a glimpse into the things we're actually talking about, our coffee chats. I want to start with one. When is it in or is it out? What's your opinion on social media for your business? Do you do it yourself or do you hire it out?
I think your social media is very personal. I think that people buy from people. They do not buy from businesses. And I think that as soon as somebody's social media feels like a sales page, like a landing page, like a website, like it's too curated, and they don't give me any glimpse into their real life, I'm like, oh, you're always trying to sell me something. And I like disconnect and I zone out and I scroll past. But when people are just sharing about their everyday, like what they did on the weekend, taking their kid to school, going skiing, what they're cooking for dinner, I feel like we're best friends and I've already emotionally invested into it. So for me personally, I believe your social media should be done by you for your business.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I'm torn about this because I used to do people's social media. And I think you can work closely with your clients and have a feeling of, but I do think the owner of every business needs to take part both on camera and in the planning of the social media tasks. Like as a business owner, all I want to do is hire somebody to take over tasks. Like if I have to still take part in the task, I no longer felt like I handed it off and that spending that money is worth it. So for me, I don't actually want to hire a social media person. In the past, I've hired social media help for putting together a reel of before and afters for design projects or something that doesn't require my face, my opinion,
Another reason I would hire somebody is that if they took a bunch of snippets of our podcast, like our podcast producer does that for us, but if they didn't, and we had a bunch of hours of us video and audio and us speaking on stages, I would hire somebody to do little snippets to put onto my social media, to pull those out, make them pretty and do all of that. But I do think that your stories and your behind the scenes need to be done by you because it's only you that can be you.
Absolutely. In your life, exactly, is what are you going to have the person over and be like, hey, watch me make dinner tonight? And it would be amazing if someone just videographed your whole life and just did it.
That's actually my dream. That's actually
totally. But not realistic. So, and I'm with you. I am more about people than I'm about businesses. And then if I like you, I'll probably get a spray tan from you, or I'll probably buy a shirt from you, or I'll probably let become your coaching client or whatever. So, totally. All right. Okay. TV versus streaming, in or out?
Well, considering that my husband just got rid of our cable as of January 1st.
He did?
We still have basic cable, but not a single channel that's worthy of watching. And I'm not a huge TV watcher. So I'm for the twice a year that I would actually turn the TV on, I don't actually care. But my kids don't even really know what cable is. They don't really care about it. So I'm it is a waste of money. So I think cable is out.
Well, I will say that 5 years ago, Darren and I moved into our new house, and we were like, okay, when we miss TV, we're going to get TV back. But if we don't miss it, we'll probably just not get TV back. But honestly, I thought we would miss it within the first month. And that was 5 years ago. We have not had TV since. When I'm around at mom and dad's or your guys' house where you guys have TV, I watch the shows and I'm like, yeah, I'm not really missing anything. And partially it's because I'm not invested in any shows that are available because I haven't been watching them for 5 years. So I'm good to just watch streaming, and I never thought I'd be the kind of person that didn't need the news and didn't need all that, but I really don't. And there's a
Oh,
way to find the news if you're looking for the news.
and also do yourself a favor and stop watching the news because it
Yeah,
is
absolutely. During COVID, I stopped watching the news and I was like, "Okay, good thing we don't have TV for the news because that would be a big waste of money." So,
absolutely.
okay, when it comes to some fashion trends, we'll do a couple. Oversized versus fitted. So like jeans, are we doing skinnies or are we doing oversized? Sweatsuits, are we doing oversized or are we doing like a little bit more like Lululemon kind of fitted? What do you prefer?
I'm so torn because I don't love anything oversized because I'm small. So like
Really?
when I throw on the like baggy sweats, it's like, okay, you stole your mom's sweats. We all know you're 12 years old and you look ridiculous. But do I like comfy cozy? For sure. For sure I do. And I like both trends, just not on my body type. So they're both in. They're both in. I really like shout out to my friend Denise who owns a Lala. All of her stuff is so cute. Like
So
you could
cute.
just gotta go look on her website because as
Hmm.
soon as I see it, I'm like, oh, see, that's the look for me. But then I see somebody in
Totally.
like an oversized sweatsuit and I'm like, how cozy. That is so good. I need
Well,
that.
especially if it's like a matching sweatsuit
Oh
and
yeah.
it's adorable color. I'm like, oh gosh, I just need like 5 of those. And then I buy one and I never wear it because I'm like, I don't actually wear a sweatsuit in public very often.
No.
So if I'm being honest with myself, so like I know who I am and maybe for at home, but like I have crappy sweatpants that aren't cute and I wouldn't want a picture in or anything, but I don't need to buy like a whole bunch of oversized sweatsuits. Um, yeah, and I don't work out, so I never really thought to buy any workout clothes. So that never felt right either. And then
Yeah.
as far as like jeans go, I'm down the middle. I'm not going with the skinny skinnies, but I'm also not going with the super wide legs because there's nowhere for them to go. I'm 4'11". I'm very petite. So it's like I'm just getting the jeans that like skim your leg and are
Mhm.
sort of loose, but not actually loose, loose.
More of the mom fit.
Yeah, more of the
But
mom
I feel
fit
like
for
the
sure.
mom fit's out too. Like I feel like
Yes.
that's
Yeah.
that's a
Oh, I
2023
think
thing.
if like the teens were judging my outfit, they'd be like, "You're an old lady. You look like an
Mhm.
old lady. You dress like an old lady,
Mhm.
and you're boring." So,
100%.
um, speaking of this, for my birthday, you and the girls, well, and Ray and Penn too, but the girls and you gave me physically handed me the package of small earrings
Small
and
hoops.
said maybe you could start being a little more stylish. And I was like, these big earrings and big hoops are like what I'm all about.
They're her
And
signature,
that's,
but we're
they're
just
my
trying to keep her
signature.
young and hip. We're just
Yeah.
doing
So
her
what
for
you're wearing right now, like a little hoop,
her.
very micro hoop, is what's sort of in. I tried
It's
it.
really not
Thank
like a
you.
mic. Just so everyone knows, it's not a micro hoop. It's like a thick gold, like
It's
chunky hoop.
practically a baby sleeper by my standards when you first get your ears pierced as a
Hey,
newborn.
okay, okay.
Um, and that's how I felt when I put on a pair, but I did wear a small pair the other day. I would say that they're in, if I had to say, but I hope that they go out soon. That's my hope for the whole trend. I
Okay,
want big earrings. I like
okay.
something jazzy, you know?
I'm really into like
That's
chain necklaces right now. I like
yeah.
I like
Well,
the
the chain, you almost have to razzle dazzle yourself a little bit with some chain necklaces like layered
well,
if you're
I mean,
doing
if
them.
people didn't think you were an old lady before, now they do. Saying things like razzle dazzle, they think you're 86 years
I
old.
know.
They
I
have
got
no
that from my
idea.
friend. She always calls her like outfits razzle dazzle because I said to her, "What are you going to wear to your wedding?" So they were having a very casual wedding, and she's like, "I don't know, like a razzle dazzle top." I'm like, "What's a razzle dazzle top? And where do you buy one?" So, anyways, on New Year's, she sent me a
And how
razzle
old is
her
she?
razzle dazzle top.
62 or
No,
89?
she's my age. We're 41. So
Like,
yeah. Anyway, okay. Um, reading a real book or listening to an audiobook. Preference?
I
What's in?
listen. I listen.
I
Well,
listen.
I have poor eyes. So speaking of being an
Right.
old lady, I do not see well. And so reading, especially at night when my eyes are tired, no, thank
Hmm.
you. That is like a recipe for a good night's sleep. So I just listen.
I listen because I like to do more than one thing at a time. So I can like listen while I get ready. I can listen while I clean. I can
Mhm.
listen
Well,
while
I drive.
I work a little bit, whatever.
Mhm.
And so I like listening for that reason. But when I do go read a real book, I like miss the pages. I have good eyes, so I don't mind like reading at night. It helps me sleep. So there I like them both, but I absolutely pick an audiobook more times than I pick a real book.
And I would never in my entire life choose a Kindle book. I do not
What do
read
you
on a
mean?
Kindle. Like,
Oh, like reading on your device or something? Yeah, for
mhm,
sure. I don't
mhm,
really like that. If I'm going to read, I prefer to
like
read a
a
real
real,
book.
yeah,
That
same.
said, when I'm traveling though, I don't want to pack books. So that annoys me too. So I would pick a Kindle book while I'm reading.
While
I
you're
don't know.
reading, while you're traveling.
Okay, speaking of travel, traveling solo or traveling with people. Have you ever done a solo trip? Would you ever do a solo trip? What's your thoughts on a solo trip?
Never. I would never. I think that's just like life circumstance as well. I would never get out of
Right.
the house alone. It would happen
Yeah,
so rare. It would happen so rarely that I
totally.
honestly don't think that that's even plausible for me. But if I am doing a trip without like my husband and my children, I'm doing a
Hmm.
girls trip. I'm doing a trip with you.
Same.
I'm doing a trip to like meet my girlfriends that are also entrepreneurs to go like, you know, do something very businessy and like let's like
Learn and inspire and
win.
yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Um I'm just not like a solo traveler, but I know tons of people that just love solo travel. I
Yeah.
would do anything solo though. Like I don't know. I'm just not a solo person.
Well, and remember when you worked away for one of your jobs, like you had to go away like a
Yes.
week, a month kind of thing? And I feel like you hated that too. Like you hated being in the hotel by yourself. You hated eating dinner by yourself. And I'm very similar. Like
I'm social.
I don't, yeah, I'm social. Like when I'm eating dinner, I like want to talk someone's ear off or
Mhm.
let them talk mine off. Like I just want interaction. And I
Mhm.
could eat in a restaurant by myself and be fine. I just
Totally.
don't want to. Like
Yeah.
I don't want to. I would never pick it over having company.
And I don't get enough spare time that I have the, you know, like that I'm like, well, today I'm just gonna go eat solo. If I have spare time, I'm like, ooh, I want to go catch up with a friend. You know
Right.
what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. Um, Okay, so this is an interior design in or out, and I want to hear your take on it. A very controversial and kind of fun one for me because it's an interior design question is, and I want to hear your take on it, is what are your thoughts on beige and brown overtaking cooler tones like white and cream? Do you not like, in or out?
Um, I'm a hard out. I have never liked
Like brown.
I have never liked the color brown. Like, and I bought myself brown leather pants and I wore them to my birthday a few days ago, my birthday dinner.
Yeah.
And I was so mortified by my outfit, like so mortified that I was like, wow, I don't even know where to go from here. Please don't take my photo. I don't want to be seen in these
Yeah.
brown leather pants. And I find color like I don't mind a brown if it's by itself. I hate color with brown and I love color. So
Yeah.
that's a
That's
real
true. I
hard
don't.
one for me. Like
Yeah.
everything, anytime you put a color beside brown, everything just looks old in
Yeah,
my
for sure. For sure.
So if
Like
you're
you're
gonna do
almost
like an
wearing
all
the like
beige, if you're gonna do an all
mhm.
beige house and then you threw in like a tan color couch or something, I can totally accept that. But like my personal style is bright, fun, colorful, lots of color. You cannot throw
Yeah,
in a brown couch. It looks like you got Grammy's old couch
right.
from
For sure.
1962, you know?
For sure. Well, and like for me, I will say that browns and beiges are not my favorite aesthetic. Like I obviously design people's houses within all the color families. But a lot of times people will come to me and they'll say like, why doesn't my house have that wow factor? And it's because everything is beige. Everything is one shade away from the same exact beige, and there's no pop of color. There's no black and white contrast. So that's where you get big wow factor and results, is having some sort of wow factor pieces. And oatmeals and beiges, they all just really blend together, which people love. But it will not have that walk in and say wow. It'll have that walk in and say cozy. It'll say comfy. It'll say lived in. It'll say a lot of different things, but it will not be striking like some of my clients are looking for. That said, I'm obsessed right now with the color camel. Do you know the color camel? It's like almost a goldy brown that if it's used like in one signature piece in the right modern, with other modern elements around, I love that. And I'm all about that. And I'm open to like some beiges if they were like just background items, but I just don't lean towards a brown either. I ordered a brown dress thinking like, you know what, get into it. It's in style. You got to smarten up, get with the times. And I tried it on once and I immediately, I returned it this morning because I was like, you'll never wear it. Why are you lying to yourself? So
Exactly.
Okay. Cooking at home or eating out, what is your preference?
Well, I used to love to cook at home before I had children. I used to love like experimenting with ingredients and doing all these lovely things and trying all this new recipes. And then you have kids and they're like, that's disgusting. I'm not eating that. And no one even has a bite and you just spent 2 hours making it and it's not fun. It's not fun for anybody.
Totally.
So I've changed my tune and now I like going out, but I also like going out without my children because they do the same shit at restaurants where they're like, that's disgusting and I'm not eating it.
Well, that or their requests for restaurants are like places, I won't name names, but places that you don't really want to go out and spend money at. Like you're like, I'd rather just eat nothing at the house or have like a peanut butter sandwich. I don't need to come out for this.
100%.
Yeah. So
places that like, you serve your food in like a cardboard pirate ship. They're not actually gonna touch the food. They just like that it comes to the table in a cardboard pirate ship.
Yeah, and they want to bring that like greasy fried home. Like they don't want to bring the food in it. They just would like to bring the pirate ship itself back to the house and keep hoarding that for the rest of their life, which is also a problem.
And if the grease on the bottom of it stains the carpet, that's a bonus too in their eyes.
And like gets all greasy in the car and everything. Like wonderful.
Yes. It's part of the fun.
I agree. Okay. One final in or out is investing in, for business owners, investing or people who want to become a business owner, investing in training for yourself or investing in community building opportunities. What one do you prefer? What one's in? What one's out?
For me, it's always community building because I rise to the people I surround myself with. So if I surround myself with like big, huge dreamers and they're doing all these crazy, wild things, I will meet them where they're at.
Yeah.
If I invest in training, I might get to it. I might not. I might never put those skills to use, even if I do learn them. So for me, I'm a smart person. I can learn anything. For me, it's the mindset. So investing in my mindset, investing in being in the room, in the presence of like people that are way further ahead than me. That will always take the cake for me.
Well, and for me about the like community over training is that, truth be told, I don't have a lot more time in my day to do more tasks. So if I'm training myself to do another thing for my business, I would actually rather show up to the room full of brilliant humans and build a community that's going to connect me to someone who's an expert at the thing I want to train myself in. Like, I don't want to learn how to be my own bookkeeper. I don't want to learn how to do a videography or edit videos for social media. Like if I need a video edited, I want to hire a person who edits videos. I am not in the business of learning, and maybe that will change But right now, I've learned to trust and hire people when you need them. And
Yeah.
don't waste your own time, because it will take me 100 hours to edit one video, and it'll take an expert 5 hours or 2 hours or 1 hour, and they're worth their money. Like they're worth the money, because my time is valuable. Their time is valuable. It's a great exchange for everybody. And that's that.
That's that.
That's that. All right. I've never even heard of in or out trend. I'm obviously not in the
You are
know.
just showing your age today.
I am. I'm a grandma. So is it
She
my
is a
bedtime
grandma.
yet?
I'm gonna force her to go make an in or out and post it to her Instagram and maybe even TikTok, just to keep her young.
Keep an eye open for that. I'll probably have to hire a person to do it for me, but that's fine. See you next week.
Bye, guys.
We are so grateful you're here.
It would mean the world to us if you'll subscribe to our podcast and YouTube channel and leave us a review.
If you want to hear more from us, go to proofitspossible.com to join our mailing list and find our social links so you don't miss a thing.
Thanks, and chat next time.